My dad refused to pay for my college, so I built a company that could buy his. Before we dive in, let me know where you're watching from, drop your location in the comments. And if you haven't yet, please hit like, tap subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a story. I'm sitting at the dinner table when my world collapses. Dad cuts into his steak, not even looking up, and says the words that will haunt me forever: "I've decided I'm not paying for your college, son. You're not investment material." My fork freezes halfway to my mouth. The room goes silent except for the sound of his knife scraping against the plate. I wait for him to laugh, to say he's joking. He doesn't. The chandelier above us suddenly feels too bright, the dining room too small, like the walls are closing in. Mom stares at her wine glass like it holds all the answers. My half-brother Cole smirks across the table, his eyes gleaming with satisfaction. Dad continues chewing, completely calm, like he just announced the weather. The crystal glass glints when he reaches for it. "I'll only fund Cole's MBA," he adds, taking a slow sip of water. He actually understands business. He has vision. My chest tightens painfully. This isn't about money. Dad owns Rivers Corporation, a multimillion-dollar logistics company. He could pay for 100 college educations without noticing. This is about worth. About him deciding I'm not good enough, not worthy, not his idea of success. I stand up so fast my chair scrapes loudly against the hardwood floor. "You serious right now?" Dad finally looks at me, his expression cold as ice. "Dead serious, Noah. Real world doesn't reward dreamers. It rewards people who actually execute." I walk out into the rain, my hands shaking with rage and humiliation. My shirt gets soaked immediately. I don't care. One day, I swear, I'll make him regret this dinner. 3 months pass like a nightmare. All my friends leave for college while I'm stuck working night shifts at a warehouse, stacking boxes until my back screams in pain. The fluorescent lights buzz constantly, giving me headaches that last for days. Every scholarship application gets rejected. Every loan gets denied. I suspect Dad's involved somehow, using his connections, but I can't prove it. Each morning, I wake up in my childhood room, staring at acceptance letters from 3 different universities that I can't afford to accept. They might as well be rejection letters now. The worst part? Dad watches me struggle with this satisfied look on his face, like I'm proving his point. When I come home exhausted at 3 a.m., smelling like cardboard and sweat, he's sometimes awake in his study, reading business reports under that expensive desk lamp. He never asks how I'm doing. Never offers help. Just watches. Mom avoids me completely now, like my failure is contagious. Cole posts constant photos from business school on social media, making sure to tag the whole family in them. Fancy dinners, networking events, his new BMW. I want to throw my phone against the wall every time I see a notification. One Friday afternoon, another rejection letter arrives. Dad happens to be getting his morning coffee when I open it at the kitchen counter. He doesn't say anything. Just raises his eyebrow slightly and walks away, his expensive shoes clicking on the tile. That night, completely broken down, my phone buzzes. "Maya, my best friend from high school, I've got an idea, meet me tonight." I grab my jacket, desperate. Anything's better than this slow death. Maya's apartment smells like instant noodles and energy drinks. Her laptop screen glows in the dark, covered in code. She's always been brilliant with computers, straight A's in every programming class. "Look," she says, spinning her screen toward me. "I built a prototype. An app connecting freelance students to local businesses. Tutoring, web design, delivery services, whatever skills students have, businesses can hire them." I lean closer, studying the interface. It's clean, simple, smart. This could actually work. "It will work," she corrects me. "But I need someone to handle business strategy, marketing, partnerships." I need you, Noah. My heart races. For the first time in months, I feel something besides anger. I feel hope. I'm in, I say immediately. But we have zero capital. Maya grins. Then we start with zero. People have built empires from less. That week, I pawned my laptop for $300. I work double shifts, sleeping 4 hours a night. Maya codes 18-hour days. We survive on cheap ramen and cheaper coffee. 2 weeks later, we launch. The server crashes within an hour. We stay up all night fixing it, our eyes burning, fingers flying across keyboards. By morning, we've stabilized the server. I refresh the dashboard, barely breathing. 1,000 users. 1,000 people signed up overnight. Students offering tutoring. Small businesses posting gigs. Money actually moving through the platform. Maya screams so loud her neighbor bangs on the wall. We hug, laughing like idiots, tears streaming down our faces. This is real. We built something real. I'm still celebrating when my phone rings. Dad's name flashes on the screen. Hello? Noah. His voice is flat. Your mother told me about your little app project. I'm calling to tell you to quit playing entrepreneur and get a real job. You're embarrassing yourself. My joy evaporates. We have 1,000 users, Dad. In one night. 1,000? He laughs, actually laughs. I have 500 employees. Call me when you're in the real world. Maybe I'll call you when I'm bigger than you, I snap. The silence stretches long. Then he says, good luck with that, and hangs up. I stare at my phone, my hand trembling. Then I block his number. My first act of defiance. 3 months in, we're growing steadily. 5,000 users, small but real revenue, actual momentum building. I'm pitching to local investors almost every week, trying to raise capital to scale faster. We need servers, staff, marketing budget. All the things that turn a project into a real company. One investor seems really interested. She asks for our pitch deck, our financial projections, our user data, everything. I send it all immediately, feeling hopeful for the first time in weeks. She says she'll get back to me within a few days. A week later, she stops returning my calls. No emails, no messages, nothing. Just complete silence. Then I see it on LinkedIn while scrolling during my lunch break. Cole posted about his exciting new startup, a platform connecting students to businesses. My coffee goes cold in my hands as I read. The logo looks exactly like mine. The color scheme is identical. The tagline is almost word for word what I wrote in our pitch deck. My blood runs cold. I click through to the website with shaking hands. It's our entire idea, completely stolen, backed by Dad's money and his massive network of connections. Investors are already commenting, praising it, talking about how innovative it is. I scroll to the comments section, my heart sinking. The investor who ghosted me left a comment, so innovative. Can't wait to partner with you, Cole. Maya finds me staring at my screen an hour later, my hands still shaking with rage. Noah? What's wrong? You look terrible. I turn the laptop toward her slowly. Cole stole everything. He must have gotten our pitch deck somehow. Maybe from Mom, maybe he hacked my email, I don't know. She reads the post, her face going pale, then red with anger. Your own brother? Half-brother, I mutter bitterly. And yeah. He did. Dad probably helped him. I almost quit. Seriously. I sit on my apartment floor for 2 days, ignoring calls, eating nothing. What's the point? They have money, connections, my own father's empire. I have nothing. Maya eventually breaks down my door, literally picks the lock. Get up, she demands. Why? They won. They always win. Because you're better than this. She's crying now, angry tears. You're smarter than Cole, you work harder than your dad, and this idea was ours. Are you really going to let them steal your dream? We fight for an hour. She accuses me of being too emotional. I accuse her of not understanding the pressure of family betrayal. We both say things we don't mean. She leaves, slamming the door. That night, lying in the dark, my phone buzzes. Email from an unknown sender. Subject line, you'll want to see this. Attached is source code. Cole's source code. And it's a mess, clearly plagiarized, poorly integrated, full of security holes. At the bottom, a note, use this wisely. A concerned developer. I forward it to Maya. Within seconds, she calls. Noah. We can fight back. We spend a week building an airtight case. Maya compares the code, finds direct copies of her work. I gather timestamps proving we launched first. We compile everything into a detailed post. Then we release it. How Cole Rivers stole our startup goes up on Medium, Twitter, LinkedIn, everywhere. We include proof, screenshots, code comparisons, testimonials from our early users. Social media explodes. Tech communities love a good plagiarism scandal. Comments pour in, this is disgusting. Cole Rivers is a fraud. Support the original creators. Within 48 hours, 2 investors publicly pull out of Cole's venture. His LinkedIn post gets flooded with angry comments. Someone even starts a hashtag #StandWithNoah. Our app sees a surge of downloads, people signing up just to support us. We gain 3,000 new users in 3 days. I'm reading comments when someone knocks on my door. Heavy, authoritative knocks. I open it. Dad stands there in his business suit, face tight with anger. We need to talk, he says, pushing past me into my apartment. Dad surveys my tiny apartment like it's physically offensive to him. His eyes scan the peeling paint, the second-hand furniture, the stack of ramen cups in the corner. This is what you've been doing? Living like this and causing drama online about your brother? Half-brother, I correct him sharply. And he stole from us. There's evidence. Code, timestamps, everything. He innovated on a common concept. Dad turns to face me, arms crossed defensively. That's how business works, Noah. You don't own the idea of connecting people. Grow up. He copied our exact features. Our interface. Our marketing language. Dad waves his hand dismissively, like he's swatting away a fly. I'm here to make you an offer, Noah. A generous one. Join Rivers Corporation. Forget this app nonsense. I'll pay for business school, a real MBA from a real institution. Harvard, Stanford, wherever you want. My heart should jump at this. A year ago, I would have cried with relief. Now, it doesn't even tempt me. And if I say no? His jaw tightens, a vein pulsing at his temple. Then you're on your own. No second chances. No safety net. You'll fail, come crawling back, and I won't be there. He steps closer, invading my space. You'll come crawling back when the world eats you alive, son. And I'll be too busy to notice. I look at this man, my father, and realize I don't recognize him anymore. Maybe I never did. Maybe this is who he's always been, and I was just too young to see it. No, Dad. My voice is steady now, stronger than I feel. The world's going to eat you. His face flashes with genuine anger, something raw and real breaking through his usual controlled expression. He's not used to people saying no to him. Definitely not used to his own son defying him. You're making a mistake. Maybe. But it's my mistake to make. He leaves without another word, slamming my apartment door so hard a picture frame falls off the wall. 2 months later, we're in crisis. Server costs are bleeding us dry. We're growing too fast, and we can't afford the infrastructure. Our hosting company threatens to shut us down unless we pay $15,000 by Friday. I have $800 to my name. Maya suggests we take out predatory loans. I can't let her do that. Instead, I sell my car, the one thing I owned outright. A 2009 Honda that I saved for years to buy. It goes for $12,000. Enough to keep us online, barely. That week, Maya collapses at her laptop. Stress, exhaustion, not eating enough. I rush her to urgent care, holding her hand while the doctor lectures us about burnout. You can't kill yourself for this, I tell her later. She laughs weakly. Watch me. That night, I'm ready to shut it all down. Then I check our user reviews. A college student wrote, "This app literally saved my tuition money. I made $3,000 last semester doing freelance work I found here. Thank you." Another, "I'm the first in my family going to college because of the money I'm making on this platform." I screenshot them, set them as my phone background. The next morning, I get a message from a tech journalist, "Can I feature your story?" The article is titled "Two Kids Fighting a Billionaire's Son and Winning." It runs in a major tech publication, complete with photos of Maya and me working in our cramped apartment. The response is massive. Our app gets mentioned on podcasts, blogs, even a morning news segment. I become the symbol, the underdog fighting against privilege and corruption. Downloads explode. We hit 50,000 users in a week. But there's a cost. Cole and Dad panic. I see Dad's PR team go into overdrive, reporters start sniffing around Rivers Corporation's business practices. One journalist uncovers some questionable tax dealings. Nothing illegal yet, but suspicious. Dad calls me, I still have his number blocked, but he emails, "Stop this before you hurt people." I don't respond. Then the counterattack begins. A news blog runs a hit piece, "Noah Rivers, liar, thief, or both." They claim I stole the app idea from Cole, that I'm manipulating the narrative, that I'm unstable. Sponsors pull out. Our growth stalls. Users start questioning us in comments. Maya shows me evidence, the article was paid for by an anonymous donor. We both know who. That evening, an envelope appears at my door. No return address. Inside, one typed line, "Meet me if you want proof your father's behind this." The address leads to a quiet diner outside the city. I sit in a corner booth, jumpy, wondering if this is a trap. An older man walks in, Indian, maybe 60, wearing a simple cardigan. He slides into my booth, orders tea. "You don't remember me," he says. "I'm Arjun Patel. I worked for your father 15 years ago. Quality control manager." I search my memory. "Why'd you leave?" "I didn't leave. He fired me for refusing to falsify safety reports." He pulls out a manila folder, slides it across the table. "I've kept documentation. Call it insurance." Inside are papers, lots of them. Financial records, emails, memos. Evidence of illegal tax loopholes, bribes to inspectors, falsified safety certifications. My hands shake. Why give me this? Because Richard Rivers destroyed my career, my reputation. I've waited for someone who could use this properly. He stands up. Don't be like him, Noah. Use the truth, not vengeance. He leaves cash for his tea and walks out. I sit alone, staring at the folder. I have the power to destroy my father's empire. Legally. Completely. The question is, should I? I don't sleep. I spend all night staring at those documents, wrestling with my conscience. Maya comes over at 3 a.m. Finds me surrounded by papers. What is all this? I explain. She reads through some pages, her expression darkening. Noah, this is huge. You could end him. I know. So I don't know if I should. Revenge doesn't solve anything, right? It just makes me like him. Maya sits beside me. Revenge is about hurting someone. Justice is about truth. There's a difference. She taps the documents. These aren't weapons. They're evidence. What your dad did was illegal. It hurt people, employees, customers, competitors. Exposing him isn't revenge. It's accountability. She's right. But he's still my father. What would you do? I ask. I'd use the truth to build something better. She squeezes my hand. Not to destroy him. To show the world what you stand for. I make my decision. I'll use this not to attack, but to defend. To show investors and users that we're the honest alternative. The next day, I secure a meeting with a major venture capital firm. If you're enjoying the story, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you stay updated. The conference room is all glass and polished steel, located on the 40th floor with a view of the entire city. 3 investors sit across from me, 2 men in expensive suits, 1 woman with sharp eyes, perfect posture, and a reputation for destroying weak pitches. I'm sweating through my shirt despite the air conditioning. My hands shake slightly as I connect my laptop to their projector. Mr. Rivers, the woman begins, her voice cool and assessing. We've read about your family situation. The lawsuit, the drama, everything. That concerns us. How do we know you're not just acting out? That this isn't revenge disguised as business? I take a breath, forcing myself to meet her eyes. Because this isn't about my father anymore. It's about the 1,000 students who found work through our platform last month alone. The single mom who paid her rent by tutoring through our app. The college dropout who's now running a successful freelance business and supporting his family. I pull up our metrics on the screen, hands steadier now. We've facilitated over $2 million in earnings for students in just 6 months. Our user retention rate is 78%, most apps are lucky to hit 40%. Our growth is month-over-month double digits. We're not just an app, we're building an ecosystem. A platform empowering the overlooked, the underestimated, the people the system forgot. The investors lean forward, actually interested now. Our growth is completely organic. Our business model is sustainable and ethical. And unlike some competitors, I don't name Cole, but everyone in this room knows who I mean, we built this honestly. From scratch. With our own work. The lead investor smiles for the first time. I've been waiting for something like this. Something real, with genuine mission behind the metrics. She extends her hand across the table. We're in. 2 million, seed round, with an option for Series A if you hit your targets. I nearly collapse with relief. Maya's going to lose her mind when I tell her. The funding changes everything. We rent a real office, small, but ours. We hire developers, marketers, customer service reps. Maya becomes CTO officially. I'm CEO. We start hiring students who were rejected by traditional systems. Kids who couldn't afford college. Dropouts with talent but no credentials. People like us. The office fills with energy. For the first time, I'm not just surviving, I'm building something meaningful. Then the legal notice arrives. Rivers Corporation is suing us for intellectual property theft. they claim we stole proprietary business methods. It's absurd. It's also expensive to fight. Maya reads the filing, furious. They're trying to bleed us dry with legal fees. Then we fight smart, I say. We go public with this. We hold a press conference. I stand in front of cameras, nervous but determined, and explain everything: Dad's refusal to support me, Cole's plagiarism, now this baseless lawsuit designed to crush competition. The reporters eat it up. By evening, we're trending online. Hashtag David versus Goliath. Public opinion swings heavily in our favor. But the lawsuit proceeds. We're going to court. The courtroom is cold and formal. Dad sits with his legal team, 5 lawyers in expensive suits. We have 2 lawyers, both working for reduced fees because they believe in us. The proceedings drag on for days. Dad's lawyers are brutal, twisting every word, questioning every document. They paint me as an angry kid seeking revenge. Then Maya takes the stand. Our lawyer asks her to explain the timeline. She does, clearly and calmly. Then she pulls out her evidence. The same proof we used to expose Cole's plagiarism. This code, she says, holding up printouts, was written by me. Time-stamped, documented, witnessed. Rivers Corporation claims we stole from them. But how could we steal our own work? Then comes the knockout punch. Our lawyer introduces evidence of Dad's smear campaign, the paid articles, the anonymous sources, everything traced back to Rivers Corporation's PR budget. The courtroom erupts. The judge bangs his gavel repeatedly. Finally, after reviewing everything, the judge delivers his verdict: case dismissed. Furthermore, I'm recommending the bar review Mr. Rivers' legal team for filing a frivolous lawsuit. Dad's face turns red. Cole stares at the table. I feel no joy, just exhaustion and relief. The dismissal makes headlines. Rivers Corporate loses frivolous lawsuit against son's startup. The story spreads everywhere. Dad's company takes a hit. Stock prices drop 15% in 2 days. Investors start questioning leadership. Reports surface about the illegal practices Mr. Patel documented. Journalists are digging now, following the trail. Cole posts a public statement on LinkedIn, distancing himself from poor decisions made by leadership. He's trying to save himself by throwing Dad under the bus. I watch all this unfold on TV, sitting in our new office. Maya brings me coffee, sits beside me. You okay? She asks. I don't know. I thought I'd feel victorious. But I just feel empty. My phone rings. Unknown number. I answer. Noah? Mom's voice, shaky. Your father's in the hospital. Heart attack. You should come. Everything stops. The hospital smells like disinfectant and fear. I find Dad's room on the 4th floor, hooked up to machines, looking smaller than I've ever seen him. Mom sits beside his bed, eyes red. Cole stands by the window, scrolling his phone, probably managing his image. I approach slowly. Dad's eyes are closed, his breathing steady but labored. He's stable, Mom whispers. But it was serious. I stand there, unsure what to feel. This is the man who called me worthless, who sabotaged my dreams, who tried to destroy everything I built. He's also my father. His eyes open slowly. He sees me, and for a moment, something flickers across his face. Not quite regret, but close. You came, he says, voice rough. Yeah. Silence. Then, you got lucky, boy. Don't mistake it for worth. Even now. Even here. He can't admit defeat. I lean closer. Then let's see how lucky I get next quarter, Dad. I leave before he can respond. Over the next 6 months, everything accelerates. Our app expands internationally. We launch in Canada, the UK, Australia. Students worldwide use our platform to earn money for school. Media coverage explodes. I'm invited to speak at tech conferences, entrepreneurship summits, university panels. Places my father used to dominate. At one conference, I run into his former business partner. He congratulates me, then leans in. Your father used to say his sons would never amount to anything without him. Guess he was wrong about at least one of you. A journalist interviews me. Would you ever consider acquiring Rivers Corporation? I smile but don't answer directly. Inside, though, the idea takes root. Rivers Corporation continues spiraling. 3 major clients leave, citing ethical concerns. Federal investigators start examining their tax practices. The documents Mr. Patel gave me found their way to the right people through anonymous channels. Dad tries to steady the ship, but he's losing control. The board questions every decision. Shareholders grow restless. Then our company has its best quarter ever. We're now valued at $80 million. We're not a startup anymore, we're a legitimate business. One evening, Maya and I sit in our conference room, looking at financial projections. We could do it, she says quietly. Do what? Buy Rivers Corporation. They're vulnerable. Their valuation is dropping. With our investors backing. She trails off, watching my face. The idea is both terrifying and thrilling. Own my father's company. The same company he said I wasn't worthy to touch. Let's make the offer, I decide. Our lawyers draft a formal acquisition offer. Fair market value based on current stock price, which is about 40% of what Rivers Corporation was worth 2 years ago. We deliver it to the board. Dad receives the news while in a board meeting. According to reports, he loses it. Slams his fist on the table, calls me ungrateful, threatens to fight this with everything I have. The board, though, is interested. They're fiduciaries, they have to consider offers that benefit shareholders. Dad calls me directly, breaking months of silence. You think you can steal my company? I'm not stealing it, Dad. I'm buying it. There's a difference. I built this. 30 years of my life. And you built it on illegal practices and betrayed trust. The board knows it. The shareholders know it. This is a generous offer. I'll never let you take this from me. But it's not up to him anymore. The board takes a vote. 7-3 in favor of accepting our offer. The sale is forced through. Dad is outvoted in his own company. The day I take ownership of Rivers Corporation, I dress carefully. Simple suit, nothing flashy. I'm not here to gloat. I walk through the marble lobby where I used to feel so small. Employees whisper, cameras flash. The same receptionist who used to barely acknowledge me now stands up nervously. The board is assembled in the same conference room where Dad once told me I wasn't investment material. I shake hands with each member, professional and courteous. The paperwork is signed. Rivers Corporation is now a subsidiary of our company. As I'm leaving, I see Dad standing by the elevator. He's no longer an employee here, he resigned rather than work under me. We lock eyes. He says nothing. Just stares at me with this mixture of rage and something else. Maybe respect. Maybe just disbelief. I nod once, respectfully, and walk past him. I'm not here to humiliate him. I'm here to build something better. I spend my first week reviewing everything. I work from Dad's old office. Now mine. The mahogany desk, the leather chair, the view of the city. In the bottom drawer, I find something unexpected. A folder marked personal. Inside are college applications. Mine. From years ago. Applications I never saw, schools I never applied to. They're filled out completely in my handwriting, from forms I filled out in high school. There's a note in Dad's handwriting, hold these. Not ready yet. My hands start shaking. He hid them. He sabotaged me deliberately, years before the dinner table confrontation. This wasn't about teaching me lessons. This was about control. I could release these. Show the world what kind of father he was. Instead, I walked to the shredder. Watch each page disappear into strips. Not out of forgiveness. Out of freedom. I don't need to prove what he did anymore. I already won. 3 weeks after the acquisition, Mom visits my new office. She's nervous, clutching her purse. Noah, She can't finish. It's okay, Mom. No, it's not. Tears stream down her face. I should have stood up for you. At that dinner, during everything. I chose him over you, and I was wrong. I'm quiet for a moment. Why didn't you? Fear. Comfort. Cowardice. Pick one. She wipes her eyes. You did what he never believed anyone could. You proved him wrong about everything. We talk for 2 hours. Really talk, for the first time in years. She tells me about her own dreams that Dad discouraged. How she sees herself in my fight. When she leaves, she hugs me tight. I'm proud of you. That night, I get a news alert. Richard Rivers resigns from all business activities, location unknown. He's disappeared from public life completely. 6 months later, I make an announcement that surprises everyone, the Rivers Scholarship Fund. Named after my father's company, funded entirely by our profits. It provides full college tuition for students whose parents refuse to support their education. The irony isn't lost on anyone. At the fund's launch event, hundreds of people attend. Students, educators, press. I give a speech about second chances and building your own doors. Near the back of the room, I spot someone. Older, grayer, wearing a simple jacket. Dad. He's just standing there, watching. When he sees me looking, he doesn't leave. He starts clapping. Slowly at first, then steadily. It's not enthusiastic. It's not full reconciliation. But it's acknowledgement. After the event, he approaches me. That was a good thing you did. Thanks. Awkward silence. Then, I was wrong, Noah. About a lot of things. It's not a full apology. But it's more than I ever expected. I know, I say simply. He nods and leaves. Maybe that's all we'll ever have. But it's something. Today, I'm standing at a podium at State University. The same school that rejected my application years ago. They've invited me to give the graduation speech. The crowd is massive. Thousands of graduates in caps and gowns, families in the stands, cameras everywhere. I look out at these faces full of hope and fear, just like I once was. I was told I wasn't investment material, I begin. That I'd never amount to anything. That my dreams were stupid and small. The crowd is silent, listening. The person who told me that was my own father. And for a while, I believed him. I thought maybe he was right, maybe I was worthless. I pause, seeing Maya in the front row, smiling. But here's what I learned, sometimes the people who deny you are just testing if you'll build your own door. My father refused to pay for my college. So I built a company that could buy his. Not for revenge. Not to hurt him. But to prove to myself that his opinion of me wasn't the truth. The audience starts clapping, but I continue. You'll face people who doubt you. Maybe it's family, maybe teachers, maybe society. But their doubt doesn't define your worth. Your work does. Your persistence does. Your refusal to quit defines you. I look directly at the camera, knowing this will be recorded, shared, seen. My dad refused to pay for my college. So I built a company that could buy his. And maybe, just maybe, I built myself too. The crowd erupts. Students throw their caps. Maya is crying happy tears. I walk off stage, my phone already buzzing with messages. But I ignore them all. Because I finally have something my father's money could never buy: peace. Before you go, drop your location in the comments. I love seeing our global community. And please remember to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next story.